We welcome you to Seven's Sunday night replay. We're at the MCG, a critical game for both sides. Essendon trying to hold their spot in the 5. North want to win desperately to keep their finals hopes alive. Kevin Sheedy keeping a close eye on proceedings, showing no great concern at the moment as Danaher brings the ball back into play. German got a touch to it. I think he may have been looking for his brother. Danaher didn't find him. The ball goes over the line and a throw in to take place. Mossop and Somerville. Mossop struggling to find true form. Larkin gets a hurried kick, picked up by Williams. His kick is also partly smothered. Plenty of desperation being shown by both sides, and no one at the moment showing any ascendancy as Watson puts the ball forward. Here's a chance for Clark. Overruns it. Loses it. Ackley down. And will be free kick. Goes wide, has got Cracker. He's still at half-back. Now what's he got to look forward to? He can bounce his way across the centre. Can he get clear? Goes onto the left foot, pushing the ball very, very wide indeed. It's going to make it pretty difficult for Fairley. Swings round onto the left boot. It's a high kick up towards the 50-metre line. Fisted down, will almost come back to Carey once again, but no, Essendon a chance through Rogers, in towards the middle. The ball bounces kindly for Clark, although he's going to eventually lose it. It was Allison through. Now North again with a chance. It's taken forward by McRae, down towards the pocket and over the line, and a throw in to take place. But Essendon at the moment, Malcolm, struggling to get it over that centre line.
Yeah, just a bit fumbly early. Stephen Clark's just fumbled once and then twice again, although it was an awkward bounce. As we see this throw in again, Somerville over the top, picked up by Williams, who's busy around the packs. Wallace in over the ball and awarded the free kick for over the shoulder. Sizing up his opportunities, it eventually goes long in the direction of Madden and Danaher. Watson off hands with pace, burst clear and then kicks. Great kick in the path of Hamilton, who's run down from the half-back line. Dodges, caught, fantastic tackling by Ackley, but a great goal by Terry Danaher.
So the first score on the board for the Bombers, kicked by their captain, Terry Danaher. And watching Paul Hamilton, he suggested that he should go back to defence.
Well, actually, I suppose if he was more confident on his left foot, that was the way to go. He went to go, then tried to duck Ackley. It was a great tackle. And then the smother from Martin came high. Danaher in underneath with the boot.
1 point the difference, favouring North Melbourne. Mossop again. Again, he doesn't win it. It's Watson who gets the ball out of the middle, down towards Terry Danaher. He needs support. Goes over the top. There's experience to Fold. To the half-forward line. Coming to meet it is Salmon. Williams couldn't pick it up. He had an opportunity there, but just overruns it. It's going to be a free kick.
Going to Salmon. Michael Martin, as Salmon missed it, kept on going over the top of him and certainly got him high with the knees.
So Salmon will kick from just inside 50 metres. Have a look at it again in replay. Not in it?
No, there was a half an accident. Michael Martin was committed to move his body forward.
So Sun is on its way. That ball starting to prop a little in the air. It's a point only. So scores 11. 1 goal, 1 apiece.
But Breeze pushing the ball to that right-hand side goalpost again, Sandy, just as yesterday. Great kick in. Mossop almost the mark. Larkin clever on the ground. Comes out wide to Somerville. Somerville with Clark bursting forward. Once again, that kick being affected by the breeze and Martin able to tidy up. Back out wide again and Somerville again.
He's had a fair start to the game, hasn't he?
Excellent mark over the top of McRae. Back inside goes to Watson. Watson to Bailey. On hands and knees, scoops the ball out. Clark again, a better pick up this time. Has time to steady. Tap cleverly on. Danaher misses Clark, but like a good player, he covers up.
Free kick going back to North.
And the free kick has been given to Allison for the infringement seen by the umpire. Once again, he's short. Off to McCarthy. McCarthy long down to the wing, back in towards the centre of the ground. Duckworth in front. 2 grabs.
So Duckworth to send Essendon forward again. Coming across the centre slightly. It's going to be effective. Izzard has it. He'll be a very dangerous player on his day. Towards Danaher. Duckworth is down there as well, but it's Rock who clears to Cracker. Pushing the ball out wide. McCraig, is he going to be beaten? He is. Great play by Wallace. Goldwards. The kick. Looks pretty good. It's there. So Dean Wallace kicks his first and Essendon's second. 2 goals, 1-13. The Bombers break clear by one straight kick.
Wasn't that tremendous recovery then from Wallace, and sized up the opportunity and went goal. In fact, it bounced over the goal line and then came back inside again. Good start by the youngster.
Six points the margin. Back in the middle with Somerville and Mossop. Won by Somerville on that occasion. Can they get it out of the middle, however? They can through Anderson. Onto the left foot, he goes down to the half-forward line, and Daisy Williams playing in front. Plays on, or there are loose players everywhere. This is Watson. He fires at goal. He's kicked another one.
12 points advantage to Essendon. Mossop and Somerville. Somerville again. Arsiri from behind. He's awarded the free for a push in the back. Not a long kick. Tremendous jumping from all players there as Watson again reads the crumbs. And Madden stands his ground in the pack. Terrific body work.
Not being paid.
No. And Simon Madden is not happy. And I could well understand the reasons why.
The president of the Players Association is having a word.
Looked good from here. It was
no question.
Clean grab. Almost back in the centre again. Fisted forward. Off to the running Allison.
Smother.
Terrific smother from Duckworth. O'Donnell tidies up. With handball. Sets Clark free again. Clark with the kick over Salmon's head. McCarthy cleans up at the back. Fantastic play. Greg Anderson running against the tide. Bill Duckworth overruns the ball, and Anderson's there to assist. Hamilton. Anderson clever, but the boundary line beats all players.
Gee, that was good play by Greg Anderson to follow that ball down. Courage shown going into the pack, and then to carry it on.
Fantastic stuff.
Do his confidence the world of good. Here's the throw in again. Somerville may have given a bit of a nudge, but it goes unheeded. It's picked up by Clark. He's dumped as he got his kick, but nevertheless he got it. Only as far as Spargo, who goes back in towards full forward, looking for Longmire again. Can't find him. Here's a chance now for Essendon through Wallace to clear. He's got Hawker running. It's only got us sitting there in business. Shepherding sees him clear. He goes into the middle. Folds is there and he takes the mark. Forward of centre, he can play on with the hand pass. Back to Hawker. Onto the left foot this time. Salmon is the target. Salmon he fires.
Wasn't that magnificent rebounding football by Essendon? And once that fist from Tony Danaher came to the ground and it wasn't gathered by North Melbourne players, no other North Melbourne player is going to touch this ball until after Salmon has a shot.
So Paul Salmon, much closer than his first shot. This time he's gone to the other side and recorded his second behind. So Paul Salmon, 2 behinds for the day so far out of Essendon's tally of 3 goals, 2. Favouring Essendon. Somerville still up against Mossop, won by Somerville. Oh, and he continues to barge his way through and he's given away the free kick. Bryce's kick comes out wide. He's looking for Cracker, who's created the space. Will swing round onto that left foot, centering it towards half forward. No mark taken. Longmire appeared to be held. Hamilton gets a clearing kick for Essendon down towards Terry Danaher. Goes through the crowd, then swings back in towards the middle. Clever play, really. He's got support there. That was through the half-forward line. Past Salmon it goes. He can't take it. Watson is there. He's going to chip with his right boot, centering the football. Madden will come over the top, and this time he has it. Simon Madden, point-blank range, taken round on an angle. There again in replay, getting up and having enough of a height advantage to virtually take that ball on the chest. So Simon Madden, a chance to post Essendon's 4th goal. The left footer comes in and he snuck it home. 4th goal to the Bombers. So a good start by Essendon and Messrs Dugdale and company, including coach John Kennedy, starting to look a little concerned now.
It's been a pretty good start to the game all round, and North Melbourne having the early ascendancy, and Simon Madden, as we have seen too many times in this game, I suppose. They've done it many, many times indeed. Great mark from behind. Back in the centre. The advantage is with Essendon. Very indecisive tap in the centre. Quick kick. Anderson with the handball forward. And Watson, the early toucher of the football, awarded the free kick.
He's had a big start.
Yes, he has. Tends to go towards Terry Danaher. Punch from behind by McCarthy. Bryce attempts the quick kick. Plenty of pressure on there on Ackerley. And umpire Carey decides on a bounce.
Do you think it's a good move, Malcolm, with Kevin Sheedy in recent times, having two of his most experienced players down in that forward line in Madden and also Danaher?
I think he's acknowledged the fact that centre half forward has been a worry for them, and why not put your veteran there who is a good player and can play in a lot of positions. Anthony Rock with the ball. Kicks it back. Great jump from Somerville from behind. The ball spills to German on his left foot. Hooking the ball back, but only O'Donnell there. Fails to hang on to it. Once again back to Somerville, who's been busy. Out wide the racehorse, Allison, is legged. And will take the free kick. He's called play on. Spargo streams towards goal. Big packs. Arsiri on the ground. Left foot. Great smother. Tapped out wide by the Essendon defence. And Larkin with a bit of time, well shepherded by Arsiri, hooks the ball back in with his left foot. Once again, the ball falling free. Out to Spargo. Having enormous trouble gathering it. And the Essendon defence through Bailey. Across to Danaher. Danaher running players. Watson onto Anderson. And the Bombers stream out with Skill. Anderson almost finds Salmon. Martin's not happy about the decision. Pushing the back to Paul Salmon, 45 metres out.
Gee, he had the fist out, Martin, didn't he? And for a moment it looked a great spoil.
Yes, it was.
He did get into his back a bit, didn't he?
In fact, I just wonder how the umpire saw that, because Martin's push came from the other side.
Well, the ball has finished with Salmon. He has two behinds, to his credit to date. Let's see what he can do. This time he is directly in front. The drop punt is on its way. And you know he's done it again. Three behinds to Paul Salmon. Now he's off target. And Essendon moved to 4-3-27, leading by 14 points over North Melbourne, who are 2-1-13. It'll be Ackerley to bring the ball back into play. Going to the outer side of the ground here at the MCG. A big pack of players. Somerville at the back taps it down. Clark appeared to be held or pushed. Yes, and he'll take the free kick.
Yes, Clark's been very lively in this opening quarter.
He goes back in towards Salmon again. Goes over the top, however. Ackerley trying to get it clear. Has an opportunity now for Allison. Gets the hand pass away. And Rock's kick goes over the centre. And North Melbourne through Clarkson, a chance to go forward. He's at centre wing. Goes long, inside the 50-metre line. And a good mark in front this time. This is Longmire. Only a young boy who's come down from the country.
Here's the 17-year-older from 45 metres out.
Duckworth's having a bit of a how-do-you-do behind play with Clarkson. There's the kick. That's a lovely looking kick off the boot, and he's frees it, however slight it may be. When you're down on the ground, it's different. Is it favouring any one particular end, do you think, at the moment?
It's blowing more across the ground, perhaps Essendon's way slightly, if anything.
Well, Mossop won it, but he doesn't take it out of the middle. Danaher has it at centre half forward. He's got Izzard in the pocket if he wants him. He does. Can he get round? He's in trouble. Has got to swing back, and that's a poor kick. Straight onto the chest of Mark Arsiri, and North Melbourne well and truly out of trouble. Spargo's on the outer side of the ground. Will play on. Can go over the top. He's looking for McRae. Now has support even wider, and North starting to steady down. They had the bulk of the play early. Fairley will not keep it in play here. Then Essendon came back with 3 quick goals, and suddenly North, with a goal from Longmire, have steadied. Trailing by 8 points is the throw-in. Somerville coming over the top of Fairley. Izzard taking it at half-back. Always keen to play on. Folds is under the hammer. He's well claimed, but he escapes. Gets underneath a drop punt. Watson will fly for this. Didn't try and mark it, tried to tap it down, but it was Larkin who takes it away. A long left foot kick in towards the left half forward flank. Once again, Essendon able to hold up proceedings. And it's Wallace who kicks back in towards the centre. They're starting to look dangerous again because Watson's on the 50-metre line. He thought about playing on. Has Williams streaming down. Been a great start. 9 kicks to Tim Watson. Is another free kick, this time going to Salmon.
And both the North Melbourne boys then, both McCarthy and Martin, unfortunately during that little foray forward then have really clashed into each other. And third free kick to Paul Salmon.
Well, so far he's got 3 behinds on the board, and Martin, both boys in the hands of the trainers at the moment. Let's hope they're going to be okay. Paul Salmon, at his 4th attempt, is looking for his first goal. Well, he's only 25 metres out. The drop punt is on its way, and at last he's kicked one. Goals being scored, but the ascendancy. So we go into the second quarter here at the MCG with Essendon holding a 20-point lead, and Somerville, first gamer, having a sensational first up performance, gets it down to Watson, who had 14 possessions in the first term. Simon Madden gets it clear, trying to push it forward to the half-forward line. Clark goes down on the football, can't get away with it, however. It's going to be a free kick. It could be going the way of Clark, who is not moving.
So I think that perhaps Paul Spargo and Stephen Clark might have knocked heads then, the way they're both holding their head.
Well, Clark is in a lot of bother. Let's have a look at it again.
There's Clark. There's Spargo. Well, it was apparently Ross Smith.
As though Ross Smith has...
Yes. It's hit actually his boot in his attempt to get the balls hit Spargo, and it's like his arm or his shoulder has hit Stephen Clark.
Well, there's going to be a hold up here. The stretch is coming out. I don't know whether they're going to require it or not. Let's have a look at that again. He was legged, and his feet pulled down from underneath him, and I think he may have copped it in the face, perhaps the nose. Both boys looking a little sick and sore. Yes, his head is being held, and it's been covered with a towel, and I would suggest that he's got a gash on the head. Well, that's bad news, because he was a real innovator in the first quarter. Madden will take the kick, go down towards Salmon at half-forward. He can't take it. Mossop picks it up, goes back towards Somerville. Couldn't do anything with it. Watson again at the bottom of the pack, having a grand game. He's about to sneak away, and the umpire comes up and decides to have a bounce.
And Brendan Moore on to replace the injured Stephen Clark. Let's hope that not too much harm has come to him.
Madden over the top. Wins it.
Great tap to Williams. Clever. Inside to Bailey. Tried the same trick. And Spargo with the handball out wide to the running Clarkson. Duckworth almost. German quick to boot. The ball up forward, and Tony Danaher reverses the trend of the game. Goes back into the centre to Bailey. He's fumbled what he should have taken. O'Donnell over to Anderson, and Anderson out wide. Williams in the box seat here. Larkin hot on his tail, got him, but Watson, terrific skills, and then sets up the Essendon forward thrust again.
Towards Izzard, picks it up now, needs support, goes down towards the half-forward line. Moore, who's just come onto the ground, failed to take the mark. Under plenty of pressure, Anderson is with him. The ball goes over the line, and a throw-in to take place on that left half-forward line as Stephen Clark leaves the ground holding the right side of his head. And I'd say there's a fair chance that he'll have a decent old headache tonight. And no one coming forward except Andrew Rogers, and he marks it half back. Back towards the centre again. Madden has it fisted clear, and it's a big thump to O'Donnell. What sort of a bounce will he get? He needs help. It's 2 on 1. He goes to ground, but he's pushed, said the umpire. And perhaps a little luckily for him, he'll get out of trouble. And 50 metres to boot.
Well, it was a half a free kick at the best, and then the frustration of North Melbourne shows in giving away a valuable 50 metres when really it just wasn't required.
And brings him from the defensive side of centre wing almost down to the 50-metre line. And suddenly one realises that that great goal of Mark Arseries could possibly be wiped out. He goes short. Danaher is the target. Cannot take the mark, however. At the bottom of the pack is Williams. German is there also now for North Melbourne, trying desperately to get it out, but it's all Essendon. The ball is held up, and we will see a bounce.
There's 4 or 5 Essendon players then attempting to gain position, and one lone North Melbourne player. 30 metres out. Mossop was up early. It was a quick snap by Danaher, smothered. The ball off the ground again to Salmon. Salmon off the ground. Goal. Second goal to Paul Salmon.
2 goals, 3 to Paul Salmon out of Essendon's 7 goals, 4. Leading North 4 goals, 3.
And interesting. Almost three grubber kicks, and then the 4th one to finish off the goal. No one other than Terry Danaher in 4 attempts laid hands on the ball.
I suppose Pele is out in the country, so we've got to give him something to reminisce about.
So back in the centre, Essendon by 19 points. Mossop again against Somerville. Somerville with the left-hand push. Danaher in front, leading the race. And another bounce to take place. He really has done a very, very good job early in his first game as young Somerville. Back in the centre, 20 players around the ball. Once again, a free kick pulled out by the umpire and going to Michael Martin. Martin, one of the likely types at North Melbourne, a real improving player. Looks towards centre half forward with a high kick. Sean Smith underneath the ball with one hand. Hawker off the ground, fighting for it. Out to Izzard. Izzard under plenty of pressure. And another ball up near the 50-metre line, North Melbourne's attacking zone.
Another goal here would be very handy for the Roos. They must stay in touch. They've got an opportunity through Larkin, sending it wide to German, but putting him under the hammer. He's well tackled and loses the football.
The umpire's actually called. He fended him off high and has paid the free kick to Duckworth. Duckworth with a nest of Essendon players out wide to Keane. Keane on Anderson in trouble. Oh! What was the difference? On to Spargo. Spargo with all North Melbourne players now running. Back inside to Arsery. Arsery met by the Essendon defence. O'Donnell cool. Gives it back to Keane. Keane quickly onto the boot. Found Anderson free. Once again caught. Larkin swings into the ground. The ball comes wide. And Ross Smith kicks it back towards Hamilton. Hamilton looking the other side of the ground. Goes back in towards the centre. Danaher the target. Over his head.
Danaher recovers well. Gets it back to Moore. In towards the middle. Simon Madden attempts to sock it off the ground. The advantage has been paid. Danaher almost stopped. Goes onto the left boot. Swinging it to Williams. And a fine kick. And a nice mark. Sees him just 30 metres out. Almost directly in front. Williams has yet to score a goal. 87 games under his belt. A premiership player. So here he is, coming in for his first. Almost propping. And as he kicked it, it never looked like it. Malcolm did it, one behind.
No, he really did try and steer that ball. And he relaxed well enough, but he just really tried to steer the ball rather than kick through the ball. So a real let-off then for North Melbourne.
Still 20 points the margin as it comes back into play to the outer side. Larkin scouting, gets claimed and loses the football. A fine tackle with one hand pinned. He could do absolutely nothing as the ball just fell from his hands. The pass in towards the forward line is not a good one. Clarkson should get North out of trouble to German. He bounces his way gamely across that cricket practice area and then stabs a pass to Larkin, who's still on that defensive side of centre wing on the outer side of the ground. Now going over the centre, Cracker coming over the top. Has been rarely sighted so far today. They need a lift from him. Short to Arceri. Was off before he hit the football. O'Donnell does well for Essendon. Goes onto the left foot, but straight back to Cracker. On to Larkin. Now German. On the right half forward flank, swinging into the middle. Somerville high, can't take the mark, but there are bombers everywhere. It finishes with Hawker. Hawker over the top. It wasn't a good hand pass. Watson will no doubt be equal to the task. Goes with a long one over the top towards Terry Danaher. One bounce. Goes up towards the half forward line. Salmon. Well-fisted clear, but waiting down is Madden. The bounce, it may just about roll through. Oh, 1 point. So Essendon move to 7 goals, 6. North Melbourne, 4 goals, 3.
The loose kick out. Ross Smith by himself goes long. Out wide to the wing, a great kick to Matthew Larkin. Fantastic stuff. Larkin's off. He's got support inside in German. That's where the ball ends up. Now German back to Larkin. And they've carried it right down to the full forward zone. Big flyers wanted, but only Anthony Danaher there to take a timely mark and to stop the North Melbourne thrust. The ball seesawing from one end of the ground to the other, as once again Danaher's the target. Very, very lively. The ball in amongst the pack of players. It's now clear out to Darren Steele on the run. With his left foot, hooks the ball back into the centre. Is anyone there? Almost a great attempt from Fairley. But the ball has ended up with Madden, and Madden off to Izzard. Izzard telling Moore to lead. He does that, takes a great mark, back inside again, but the ball falls loose to Martin. Martin once again out wide, falling with Paul Spargo, and Spargo on his chest, just attempting to steady this play down.
He's at centre wing. Then we'll put North into attack to a pretty congested forward zone too. Somerville will come from behind. The man is having a day out, quite frankly, here at the MCG. We will not forget this for a long time. Clever tap on by Hawker. And again, Essendon out of trouble, perhaps only momentarily, although once again the nest is there. Anderson it is who comes away. Izzard is the target. Madden in front, and he takes the mark. So Simon Madden is just forward of centre. No doubt the target will be Salmon. The lead is on. He's coming a long way out, but certainly not far enough. It wasn't a good kick by Simon, and watching him behind play, he's not happy with himself. Cracker has it now on centre wing. A couple of bounces. Rolls North into attack. Clever kick. Clever kick. And a chance now for North through Sean Smith to go up towards full forward. The diving mark, is it going to be paid? Long nose at the bottom. North fans are not happy. The question is, did he hold it?
Well, I don't think he held it, but I think that what's actually happened here is oh no, actually Anthony Danaher didn't keep out of his back. It was like Salmon in the first quarter, got 3 kicks very similar.
It's pushed wide. Love under pressure, gets a kick. Danaher on the last line of defence to O'Donnell, and again finding Hamilton. Essendon are able to come out of trouble. They're doing it well. Here's Somerville, a high kick. Izzard will wait at the back. It comes down in front. A chance now for McCarthy and North Melbourne to bounce clear. Over the top he goes to German. North is starting to steady in this term, and they're holding Essendon. To Love again. Almost in the pocket. Hamilton's on his hammer. He's given away the free kick.
And it hasn't the game opened up. It's now just a seesaw game and plenty of loose stuff, and it's a matter of who can use their skills the best now and finish off with goals. As the kick comes into Phil Cracker, and in the nest of Essendon players, Phil Cracker on his chest, and now Phil Cracker will go back with that familiar looking awkward left foot kick style, as we see Jason Love from a standing start kick it amongst 3 Essendon players. And pretty good attack on the ball from Phil Cracker. 21 points the difference, and if North Melbourne need a goal, it is right now from the boot of Phil Cracker. Steadies, drifting across the face of the goal, and 1 point the result for Phil Cracker. First score of the game for Cracker, as Bill Duckworth is about to bring the ball in, and once again 20 points is the margin, the difference at quarter time.
Yes, so really on the scoreboard, no great inroads have been made. I guess the important thing for North is, though, that Essendon have not been allowed to get away. Cracker can't take it, but Hawker can. The centre wing, Danaher.
So he always gives them an option, doesn't he?
Well, Salmon is off, and replacing him is Bailey. Danaher, of course, played in the state game. The man is almost 31 years of age. Watson, using his bulk, goes through very strongly, but illegally, said the umpire. But he's having a fantastic day, Tim Watson. 18 possessions to date, and that is a poor kick. Very poor kick. Here's an opportunity now for Essendon again. Keane's kick goes up towards the half-forward line, and easy as you like, Simon Madden was just standing there, popped those two arms out, and has taken the mark. And he will have a shot just 30 metres out and almost directly in front.
Yes, and that all resulted from a kick of McCarthy's being smothered by Watson, and the Essendon players actually have really guarded the mark well, and it's a thing in football that all sides should do, and John McCarthy, the youngster, just fell for it. Then he came forward, and the kick smothered as Simon Madden lines up.
He's going for his second goal. The drop punt is on its way. It's come back, and he's gone.
Both ruckmen with the left hand, and I unfortunately didn't see what that was for, but John Mossett's got the kick and heads towards centre half forward. It's not going to carry, and Duckworth, ducking back, takes the easy mark. He now plays on in the Williams direction, but it's over his head to Danaher. Danaher cleverly onto Folds. Folds down to Madden over his head. Ackley, the first chance back, does well. Clears Steele's head. Steele in the race for the ball, and Wallace, a collision, fantastic stuff on the boundary line, and the ball out of bounds on the... Oh, no. Darren Steele in the back. Oh, another kick smothered by the Essendon side. Once again, they've set up a goal-scoring opportunity with fantastic precision. Great dive. 1 point rushed from Essendon.
Great play from Dean Wallace. Kicked 1 goal in the first quarter. Essendon moved to 8 goals, 7. 55, leading North Melbourne 4 goals, 4. 28. So the margin is 27 points. And North will not want that to increase to any great advantage, as Williams picks up the crumbs, tries to centre the football. Danaher is the target, unable to take the mark. McCarthy tries to get clear with the hand pass. He has support through Spargo, pushes it out wide. Clarkson and German are the two runners out there. It's taken by Clarkson, goes across to German now. Will he give it back? No, he'll swing into the centre, then get himself clear with 1 bounce, go with a long kick. Fairly, over the top comes Danaher. Can't take it. Fairly again from a standing start, props up towards the forward line. Hamilton is there on the last line of defence. No one on the mark, so he scoots clear to the 50-metre line, and Keane is there. Keane towards centre wing, chasing is Anderson. Well tackled, but he pushed the ball out in front. He's going to go back and get a free kick. Held. So Greg Anderson, playing his 13th game of senior football here in Victoria. Madden from behind, waiting down is Danaher, onto the left foot. Well off target, and a tremendous leg break to the right-hander as it's pushed wide again. Is it going to be kept in play? It's a deliberate out of the bounds, surely. It is, and there was no subtlety about that swing to the boundary line.
No, what he's trying to do is scoop it along the boundary line, not to scoop it perpendicular to the line.
In towards full forward. The kick is pulled again, however, and 1 point only is the result. So Essendon moved to 8 goals, 8. Leading North Melbourne 4 goals, 4. David Ackley with a bit of a limp, but I'm sure he'll be okay. He's a pretty wiry customer and will live to fight another day. It's a good mark taken by Clarkson. Thought about playing onto Steele, then goes onto the left foot to send North Melbourne forward.
Andrew Rogers, a well-judged mark in front of John Longmire. Rogers looking for options. Goes long towards Danaher, and why not? Fantastic body work. from the skipper of the Essendon side. Now he goes in the Madden direction, and why not also? Fantastic play by the veterans. All set up because young John Longmire perhaps didn't read that the ball coming out wide. He must lead wider in that centre-half forward position. Danaher, great kick to Madden.
Critical stage now, Malcolm, because with just under 5 minutes remaining in this second quarter, North do not want to let Essendon get away. Madden's drop punt is on the way, and that is a goal. So Simon Madden has kicked 3 goals to be the leading scorer for the Bombers out of their total of 9 goals, 862. North Melbourne are 4-4-28.
As we look at this again in replay, and it was just a perfectly placed kick, and Bryce really didn't have much option other than when he first started to try and just block up that hole.
34 points the margin, favouring Essendon. The bounce from the middle once again. A chance for Larkin to go with a high kick down towards half forward. North desperately want a goal. Clarkson chasing. Can he get clear? He cannot. He's well claimed by Duckworth. The ball goes over the line and a throw-in to take place.
Yes, they've done that very, very well, have Essendon. Put enormous pressure on these North smaller running players. Somerville over the top, down to Sean Smith, caught. Watson clever and off the ground, and where you should be is in front. Bailey once again sells the dummy onto the running Folds. Folds in the Madden direction again. Almost. Danaher over the back. Martin, it's a one-on-one battle. Martin gets his foot on the ball, and it ends with Bryce. Bryce onto Arsiri. Arsiri to German, and he really shouldn't have missed that handball.
Oh, gee, they had a chance there, didn't they? The change has been made. Rock is off, and coming on for North Melbourne is Brett Allison. And the throw-in is on the outer side of the ground. North trying desperately through German to go forward again. Goes up towards the 50-metre line. Somerville has dropped back there, and he's taken another fine mark. Well, he's having a tremendous day. To Hawker. Plays on. Can he get clear of Cracker? He may have to go back to Somerville. He does so. Somerville's kick out wide. Duckworth. Plays on. Hamilton puts him under pressure. May lose it to Clarkson. He does. The kick is high. Inside 50. Somerville comes over the top again and pushes it down. Allison, well met, loses it. And Rogers with a clearing kick heading towards the boundary line. It may just stay in with a slight spin. It does, and that's not what he wanted, because it leaves North through Arsiri in with a chance of going forward, and the mark is taken by Clarkson at centre half forward. Plays on and goes short to Fairley. 30 metres out, 45-degree angle, and they want this one.
4-5 to 9-8, Essendon's favour, 33 points. Down to the last couple of minutes of this quarter as Hawker's found from the Danaher kickoff. Out wide to Bailey. Bailey on hands and knees. Does very, very well. Looks again back in the middle, and then we have Folds by himself. A lot of loose checking from the North Melbourne players. Folds towards Terry Danaher again. And the free kick from Martin. And Michael Martin must start learning to get in front and force his body in front of the experienced Terry Danaher. The Danaher kicks out wide and well fisted by Bryce towards the boundary line.
1 minute and 15 seconds remaining in this second quarter. 29 plays 62. So the Roos are going to have the job ahead of them in the second half. Madden and Mossop both trying to push it over the back. Scoop wide, cleverly so. It gives the smaller players a chance to run at the football. That was Izard. He's still going, Alan Izard. Chips in with the left boot. Shoots a goal and has put it through. What a great goal.
Fantastic skills then from Alan Izard. Really, they made a half chance and made something out of it. Fantastic scoop then. And Izard, German, didn't get underneath, went over the top. That was the crucial mistake. Ackerley was desperate, but Izard was just terrifically skilled.
Have Essendon opened up a winning break. 68 plays 29, 39 points the margin. There are just 40 seconds left in this second quarter, and Essendon a chance to go forward again. Keane gets the hand pass away to Watson. Watson from inside 50, lets fly, and he popped through another one. The Bombers are hot here at the MCG. Essendon had opened up a commanding 45-point break, and due in no small way to Messrs Madden, Watson and also Somerville. 11-8 to 4-5. The big question was, would that domination continue in the third quarter? Let's have a look at highlights of that term. As Fairley brings it into play once again. Thumped down, but taken by Ackley.
Ackley onto the left foot, swings the ball out wide in the Allison direction. Hotly pursued by O'Donnell. Keep your feet. Both players to ground. O'Donnell wins out to Watson. Watson with a searching handball through to Somerville. A very impressive first-up performance. Goes wide to the leading Madden, and Madden on hands and knees. Could this be his 450th goal in league football? Nice looking kick to the square. What an excellent, what a fantastic kick. A great goal from Simon Madden. Once again, the loose play set up by Essendon. Through to Wallace. Wallace direct to centre half forward. Flyers there. Danaher and Watson can't. Folds picks up the loose ball. Heading towards goal. Bouncing towards goal. Will it go through? Simon Madden, yes! Ackley takes the kick and goes out wide towards Mossop. And Mossop does the right thing and marks. Over to Cracker. Cracker sets it up again. He's been very clever in this quarter. The kick is just a shade long. Spargo and Duckworth, pretty honest both commitments. And over to Watson, and Watson streaming forward. Can he kick his third goal? As I'm sure he will. Yes, great goal, Essendon. Longmire waits for the ball. He really should have gone forward. The tap out comes now. Izzard sweeps onto it. He has Hawker in assistance. He goes over the top to Watson. Watson onto Hawker. Hawker again backwards. Into Watson, and Watson, have you seen him miss one of these? No, never. Great play, Essendon.
And at the last break went in 16-14. Back line, back towards the centre, off the hands of Danaher. Support from Williams, and now Hawker. Hawker steadies, spears a pass in towards half forward.
He really has had a remarkable debut. Just his work on the boundary line. Probably got to improve just a shade there, but around the ground he's been terrific.
There's his kick for goal. Good looking kick. Good goal. And with Salmon and Madden in your side, and now Somerville coming along, one could only call it a bonus as Darren Williams steams out from centre, kicks from 45 metres long towards goal, and pops through another one. Danaher swings it long in towards full forward, but Longmire is there on this occasion. Plays on. May lose the football. Does lose the football. Izzard steadies, and Izzard goals.
Swings round now. Well done, well chased by Larkin. Created it for Ross Smith. Smith forward to Clarkson, and Clarkson marks with Bill Duckworth certainly climbing all over the top of him.
50 metres.
My goodness me. I couldn't see 50 metres in that. I thought it was a pretty honest, and Billy Duckworth shakes his head, and I can understand why. Billy was really in the act of trying to spoil the ball.
Not a happy boy. As Malcolm said, quite possibly with some justification. There's the shot at goal. It is a goal.
The ball ends with O'Donnell. O'Donnell onto his left foot. The kick is smothered by Cracker. O'Donnell recovers best, and then with clever hands over the top to Hamilton. Hamilton straightens up through the mud again, chips the ball towards Rogers, spoiled away from him. Diving for it is Moore. Bailey's there, left-handed hand pass to Anderson, back to Somerville. Somerville with a long kick in. Martin unable to mark it. Danaher holding the man, and Terry Danaher will take the free kick. So Terry Danaher lines up, kicks the ball, may have dragged it. No, it's a goal.
But he's back to play up the game. His kick is not a good one. He's looking for Madden. Dropped a little short, however, and was taken by Bryce. Plays onto Cracker, onto the left foot. He tried to get onto a torp. It goes long. Folds is at the back, but a good... Melbourne starting well in the final term with 3 quick goals, but Essendon then once again stepping out and continuing on to a very good victory. The final scoreline showing the Bombers 21-14, 140, eclipsing North Melbourne by 46 points, 14 goals, 10-94. A very important win for Essendon because, as you can see by the ladder, it keeps them in 5th spot and 1 game clear of the pack. That pack includes the West Coast Eagles, Footscray and Sydney, all on 28. So there's going to be tremendous interest now in next week's matches with